All right. So hey, we're Garblag Games. We're playing Delta Green. Matt's a hot dog without the hot dog. Games. We will see who his new character is later in the show. We'll see if we have some more deaths tonight. There's a few people, one in particular who's a wee bit of predicament. But we'll get to all that in a moment when we do our summary. But let's just go ahead and introduce characters. Matt, do we want to introduce yours now, or do you want to just wait?
We're going to introduce.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
I agree. Let's go over to our favorite homicidal doctor, Lucy Raleigh. Megan, tell us about your character.
Well, apparently she needs no introduction. So Lucy Raleigh is new to this whole conspiracy thing, obviously, but she works for the CDC and was recruited or brought into the fold of this craziness with these with this ragtag band of like crazy government agents. She made some questionable and ethical choices earlier on in the game, and she needs to make amends for that. So hopefully she survives this week. However, I did make an extra character just in case.
Yep. Got backup characters for Megan and for Jeremy. I sent Matt like 4 different copies of the overlay, just depending on what combination we get. But yeah, I like how you say you work for the CDC. Like that's I don't know if that's gonna continue to be a fact about Dr. Raleigh. We'll find out. We'll find out. All right, so then let's see who's up next. Bottom row, we've got Agent Stone, the man who knows how to hide a body.
Knows how to hide a body, yeah.
Pretty much.
Master Sergeant Deacon Stone is part of the Army ISA, or Intelligence Support Activity. It overt and covert arm of military intelligence, most similar to the CIA, but the CIA and ISA don't really get along that well in real life or in this game. He is does not know what to do with the situation he's in right now, because he's been sliced to a lot of weird teams to do a lot of weird things, but nothing as weird as this.
Yeah, I will say you really took control last episode when things were getting a little ugly and falling apart. Yeah, not only Agent Stone, but Aaron specifically. You too have developed a reputation, and the rest of us are scared of you now.
A lot of player knowledge in that one.
It's a peculiar amount of accuracy there.
Just an old soldier doing soldier stuff.
Yeah, okay. And then we've got the one person trying to actually do the investigation. We've got Agent Ryder. So tell us about Ryder, Evan.
Yeah, Jay Renfro, aka Ryder, is a FBI computer scientist. He is a veteran in the field and for Delta Green. And unbeknownst to him, when he was just trying to, get a little digital evidence, there was murder happening. So he's just trying to salvage what he can and make sure cover it up. So him and Stone are doing their best, but we'll see what the biker computer guy will pull off this week, or we're just gonna get caught and who knows what we'll have to do then.
You did have a very clutch moment last week. Very kind of it sort of went under the radar considering the way that the episode ended, but the sort of the corrupting of the drives was pretty huge.
That was smooth.
That's one problem solved.
Yeah, definitely is going to make the cover up a little easier. If that visual evidence still existed, I would imagine it would be much more difficult to conjure a story. And then finally, we have the man responsible for Matt's character's death. We have Jeremy, an Agent Kowalski /Dart.
I'm really sorry, Matt.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh man, just took the wind out of my sails from word go.
just want to bring it down so I can build you back up with your new character.
Oh. Thank you. But yeah, for at least a few more dice rolls, I'll be playing Agent Rick Start, who started off as Llewellyn Forrester. I'm yeah, I'm just a fairly nice soldier that really didn't want to be involved in a murder or ambushed by some horrible creature. And yeah.
Those are fair things not to want to be part of, I think.
Yeah.
Those are reasonable goals in life.
I don't want to be involved in murder, and I don't want to be eaten.
Yeah,
but unfortunately, you're a Delta Green agent, and those types of desires are out the window at this point because it's
like a D4 roll, and that's half the roll as possible.
Yeah, that's basically it. So I told Jeremy that I think his character's got a 1 in 4 chance of surviving. You do have a reroll. Captain Crine just gave us a reroll for you. I do want to remind folks that you can use so if anyone's in the chat, you want to help out the players with some rerolls, you're welcome to spend channel points on that. The only limitation I ask is that players, you can't use them on luck and you can't use them on sanity rolls. You can use them on skill, you can use them on attribute, you can even use them on damage rolls, but not on sand tests or luck tests. That's it. All right, so let's dive into our little summary here. Now, I know this is hard to believe because we're in episode 4, but it is still Monday, October 3rd, 2016, the very first day of Operation Malta. You are 5 Delta Green agents and friendlies. You've been called to Mill Creek, Washington, under the guise of a joint FBI CDC task force investigating the death of Dr. Tybalt Greaves, a retired geneticist, and his girlfriend, Amanda Griffin, both of whom were found dead in their suburban home 2 days ago. Greaves' body was weird. There were some strange markings on it, and then it dissolved at a certain point, at which you have photographic evidence. Amanda Griffin's body had, definitely had trauma on it, but the bigger issue is that there are these strange footprints in blood that were near the body that a few of you followed out into the backyard of the suburban home and found some creepy crows. One of those crows had 3 human fingers growing out of it, and the other one had fingernails for scales. So that was weird. So long ago. Everyone else discovered that there was a hidden lab within the home of the Greaves household, which is very peculiar, and that kind of alerted CDC, and eventually that got the ball rolling on the Delta Green issue. You've investigated the house, talked to some of the neighbors. One of the neighbors pointed you to a private investigator who the now deceased Rutledge was looking into. Another one pointed you to the fact that they were missing their dog. Everybody laughed about the dog. Everybody laughed. And let's see what else. Then you all decided to go over to the medical examiner's office, where things got really strange. Louis Stubbs would not let you look at the body. There's some sort of strange jurisdictional problem that doesn't seem to make sense for reasons. That's not allowing anyone to look at the body and run an autopsy, but he did offer to look at the crows for you, but that wasn't enough. So Raleigh murdered him just right off the bat. This is all caught in CCTV footage. So you all had to escape during a fire alarm, stole a van, ripped the door off the hinges. Eventually, you got rid of the body in the van under the guidance of Stone. Ryder touched base with your handler, Blair Palmer. Let's see what else happened. Eventually, kind of cycled back and started doing some other things. Stone and Ryder, you went back to the medical examiner's office later that night. Ryder, as I already mentioned, managed to destroy some footage of the mishap. Stone, you tried to talk them into backing the perimeter up. You tried to find an alternative way into the cold storage. Couldn't quite do it. You found a vent, but it's too small for anyone to go in. But you're still there. But the two of you are still there, and no one seems to be suspecting either of you of anything. It seems like you two are clear.
I did purchase all the ingredients for several small homemade napalm bombs.
Yes. Yeah, no problem. Also, again, player knowledge. Let's see what else. And then the trio of Rutledge, Raleigh, and Dart went back to the Greaves neighborhood. You found out there was a second missing dog, and you started to inspect the greenery. You found some what looks like kill shots of of animals and things. Eventually, it led you to a trailer. When you went inside that trailer, Dart crawled up underneath. He got attacked by what was basically a sea spider, kind of the shape of a Labrador, and it was just gangly human arms and legs, at the nexus of which there were eyeballs and misshapen mouths and things like that. This caused a temporary insanity in Dr. Raleigh, who is currently fleeing and is fleeing until she is exhausted, which should be whenever she, like every round, basically depletes some of her con. I think Rutledge fired some shots.
Yep.
And then Kowalski, well, he threw the thing outside and it attacked poor Rutledge. And I do want to clarify this because I did a very poor job of explaining this last time. So let me just clarify this. So when it attacked poor Rutledge, it essentially hit it in the chest, kind of almost like it melded the hands and sort of shoved them Temple of Doom style into his chest, and then just ripped a huge chunk of flesh right down the middle of the torso. And as it was kind of pulling away, it started sprouting these gangly arms and legs. Almost it looked like there was two of them, but then they kind of just started to combine into one. Mm-hmm. So I feel like it makes sense to start back at the medical examiner's office, just looking at some footage or something like that. No, we're going to start with old Llewellyn Forrester. Rip. Okay. So resetting the scene. You are inside this trailer. It smells like rot. It's nasty. Mm-hmm. It is completely cluttered. You just threw this creature out the door. There is a window nearby through which you saw your ally Rutledge get attacked and then drop to the ground. So you probably haven't even seen a lot of it, the specifics of it. But maybe you heard a gunfire, you heard some shots. It is actually your turn, because Raleigh would be running still, and then it comes to you, Dart.
Okay, so it's still daytime, right?
No,
it's night.
Not. It is.
Yeah.
It's
nighttime.
like 8
okay.
o'clock at night or so. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. We were using flashlights. That's right. I apologize. So part of me does want to run, but the whole going through a hole that was already tight fit and clambering underneath the building just seems like that gives the advantage to it. So as much as running is the smart idea, that's probably not what he'll do.
If you want to climb out and run, you can. I mean, you can totally do that. When you climbed under here to begin with, we weren't in initiative order. So we're in initiative order. So you climbing out underneath the trailer would be an action. So that'd be your turn.
Maybe, but so this is like an old trailer in the woods. I feel like there's a decent chance of him making a big dumb decision. Is there a fair chance that maybe there's a propane tank on the outside of an old trailer like this?
Yeah, you warned me of that, didn't you? Roll a luck test.
Okay.
If you pass, there is a propane tank with enough juice in it to do something.
Okay.
If not, then there's just a rusted propane tank that's got nothing in it.
Okay. Nope.
Yeah, no, you take a look at it. There is a propane tank. It's rusted to all heck. You see this tear in it. You realize it's probably empty. Or maybe you saw that on your way in, more than likely, because you're inside now.
All right. Oh man, crawling seems like such a bad idea. No, I think he'll try and position himself to where he's kind of equidistant between the door and the window, hoping that if it comes for him through the window, he's got an angle towards the door, or from the door he's got an angle towards the window, and he's gonna try and shoot the thing.
Okay, so you want to try to shoot it? You actually just want to try to, because basically you could. I mean, with Delta Green, you're kind of baked into an attack action. It's a couple steps. You get a couple steps. That's not a big deal. So you can take a couple steps towards the window and shoot out the window. You can take a couple steps towards the door or shoot out the door. Either way is fine.
I feel after that feeling of panic and kind of feeling trapped in there while being attacked, I think the last thing he would do, even though it might be logical to try and go down and escape, I think going back down in the hole is the last thing that he would do.
Okay. Do you have a preference, door or window?
I think he would prefer to be near the door. That feels fair, because worst case scenario, he would love to just slam the door on it if it comes to it.
All right, so you get up, quick draw your pistol, or maybe you already had it drawn while you were crawling. You come out and you see the hollowed out torso of
God.
just a giant canyon right down his chest. You see what looks like his rib cage, his pectorals, like parts of his clothes that are currently just kind of getting, osmotically joined / eaten by this gangly limbed creature. And you can see protruding out of what look like Rutledge's ribs and musculature, you can see these gangly blue arms and legs that are almost human looking, but they look kind of very strange, like not quite perfectly shaped. Definitely Rutledge didn't have those last time you saw him.
Oh, I've made a huge mistake.
Go ahead, and I'll say you get you're almost in point blank range, so you can go ahead and take plus 20 on your shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
So firearms. Plus. Actually, I'll just roll it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, roll your damage.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Should be built in. You should see it.
Oh, is it built into the? I didn't go to weapons.
No. It's okay. I think if you drag the item over, you should be able to see the damage for it.
Oh, firearms. There we go. Okay. Well, then I'll just drag that over and I'll click it. Thank you.
Oh, no. I meant like
there's a damage
the
roll.
number.
I apologize.
There you go. The damage roll. You got it. Okay, 5 points of damage. Okay. So you step out, you pull the gun up, maybe the slightest, like almost an infinitesimally small hesitation. You're trained. You're well trained. At the same time, this is horrifying what you're staring at. Right? We've already done our sand roll and everything, so I'm not gonna nickel and dime you again. But you start unloading into it, and you hear it kind of screech. You're not even sure from where, and you see these tiny little bullet holes begin to spill this little bits of blue blood that just dribble down the side of it. And that is your turn.
Yep.
Okay. It's gonna come back to its turn.
Good.
And it's fine. You look at it and it seems to be okay. As you're watching, what's your alertness at?
80.
Oh yeah. You would notice that as it kind of, you think turns and drags the torso parts of Rutledge with it, as if it's like stuck to it in some way now. It looks towards you and you notice that the bullet holes that you just put in it are just...
Oh, it is reaching. Oh my God.
They just seem to be stitching back up. And it's going to step to you and attack.
Okay.
Okay. I think I should have my rolls situated properly this time, so you should be able to see them. That's a success. It's a new turn, so if you wanted to spend your action defending, you can.
Okay.
It's up to you. But that means you wouldn't have an action when you come up.
I think that's probably a good idea. So if I kind of position myself near the door and the window, trying to leave myself open, can I potentially try to dodge?
Dodge and like slam the door shut? Absolutely. Yeah, that's how you already set that up. So yeah, roll dodge then.
All right. I'll use Melissa's, or actually I should ask, do I get to carry over Melissa's from last week, or is it only in session?
You can take it.
Okay, I will.
Yeah,
wow.
soft.
Nice
Whoa.
guy.
Wow. Oh my God.
It's not just that, it's just this is really bad for you. Take every advantage you can get.
I will.
Okay. I'll say critical success. We'll let a little rider action go here. And so you slam the door and as it leaps up at you, it's like a spider now with some kind of egg sac behind it, which is the torso of Rutledge. And you slam the door right as it bounces into it. And I'm gonna say it's gonna be stunned for a round, which means like you smash it and it's trying to get its wits about itself. And so that'll be basically you get a round to do something without it doing anything. So its turn would come up now, but it is now stunned.
If this thing just regens like a heavy caliber pistol, like I'm running.
You did see it.
Yeah.
Okay, so then the two questions, you have two ways out.
Mm-hmm.
The window, which would put you almost right next to it, or down underneath and try to clamber out like the other side of the trailer.
Yeah, down underneath.
Okay, so you dive back down.
That's scary, but that's not as scary as like going past this thing.
Okay, so you dive back underneath. Megan, what's your constitution score? Do you know? Do you have it up? 10?
You say 10?
Yeah, it's 10. Okay. Yeah, you're still running. You still got a couple rounds left. Sorry. I don't know why the rest of you showed up. It's just Jeremy and I playing. You dive under, and then what I'm gonna do? Okay, it's gonna break its stun, and so you get your free action of diving down under, and then it kind of comes back around, and you can hear it like and screeching in some way, and it starts slamming against the door, and then you hear the door give in as it has pushed its way into the trailer above you. You are underneath the trailer. Your action, what would you like to do?
Get the hell out from underneath this house.
Okay.
The trailer, I should say.
Out. All right, you get out, you start running. Which direction do you run?
Oh my God. I don't think he's running further into the woods. Like, we had a bit of a field behind us, correct?
Yeah, so you're kind of in an open, you're kind of in an open lot. And there's about a half mile away. You remember that there was like a house. It looked like almost like a kind of a farmstead type house. And then you could go back into the greenery, which is where Raleigh ran to. There's trees there. And then there's like the suburban neighborhood on the other side of it.
Okay. Remember, you don't have to be fast. You just have to be faster than the person next to you.
Or sneakier.
I think while there is some initial desire to run out into the area that's open, so he could keep an eye on it, that does also mean he would be leading it back to the city or back to the farm, and that's just not okay. So against his better judgment, he's going to go in the direction where Raleigh was, or the vague direction of where he thinks she is.
So you're going to run back to the greenery.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't want to, but that's what he's going to do.
Okay. I think that's fair. All right. So you start running. Okay. What's your dex score again?
12.
All right. I'm going to roll a little alertness test to see if I can fit. Oh, critical fail.
Nice.
Critical fail. You hear it thrashing about. You look back and you can see that there's some shaking going on to this crappy trailer as you kind of just peek over your shoulder. You don't see it pop out. It's almost like it's looking for you, or it's stuck, or like, yeah. And so you keep running. I assume you're just going to keep running unless something changes.
Yes. I didn't see anything that I can immediately use to set it on fire. That's why I was looking for the propane tank. So if that was there, I would totally set this thing on fire, but it's not. So I'm bolting.
Okay. You're running. You can get a ton of, like, if you're spending your whole action running, you get a bunch of distance. So you're going to get a lot of distance at that point. That critical fail, you look back and you don't think you're being followed. And you reach the greenery. Like you kind of go down a little bit of a ramp until you get into this like kind of wash area where there's these trees and shrubbery, and you've been here before. And you look back, you don't see it following you as best you can. Roll an alertness though.
Okay.
I know you have a really high alertness. This is just to see if you see Raleigh more than anything. Okay. You can see Raleigh is climbing up the other side. She's probably about, maybe 100 meters from you. Like you can see her just under the light of what looks like the back of the McCready household. She's got some lights in the back of her household, and you can see the silhouette of Raleigh climbing back up to the neighborhood. What would you like to do?
Probably still nervous about the thing potentially having come after me. Like he won't like yell out, but he'll like maybe toss a rock at her or something like that. Not like,
Okay. So we'll say, I'm going to say, like, because of the critical fail on it trying to see you, I'm going to break, we can break initiative. You can catch up with her in the backyard of the Grease household. She's eyes wide with terror, breathing heavy. What do you do?
We need to get out of here. I don't know.
What happened? Where what happened?
It we need to find a better place to talk.
Okay. Do you want to continue going down? Because you said there was a farm on the other side, right?
That's the other way. You all, the two of you ran towards the suburb. That's like a different direction. So you're in the suburb with the Greaves household and everything like that. So like you're basically in his backyard. You know that this little cul-de-sac is still cordoned off. There's still the tent, the CDC tent over the Greaves home. You all, I think, took like a taxi here, if I recall correctly. So you don't actually have a vehicle of yourselves. Plus the two of you kind of wanted. So I'm not sure if the officer on duty outside would probably want to give you a ride, but that's your call.
Well, he'll give him a ride in the back seat.
He'll give you a ride. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We need to skirt around here and stay low long enough to catch back up with Stone and Ryder.
What about Rutledge? Where's he?
No, he's gone.
What? Did he run too?
No. Let's get to a safe place so we can talk more.
Okay. Well, let's oh gosh. Why don't we go back the way that we came, up through the alley and around the corner?
Yeah, because we had stealth around. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll say for now, the two of you are out of immediate danger as you are slinking away. We will cut over then. Megan, can I get you to mute the Foundry sound again? I think it was echoing again. We'll switch over then to the medical examiner's office where Ryder and Stone are. What are the two of you planning to do?
All right, Ryder. We got two choices. We either wait till the MA gets down here, let her do her thing, or his thing, then take all their information and try to shut them up. That's risky. Or I made 3 little devices. Didn't have enough time to gel up. They're going to be crap, but they may work. But I need the cameras offline and the fire suppression system offline at say 1 a.m. from 12:30 to 1, and then we got to be ready to book at 1.
That's all our options, or just those two?
Destroy the bodies or not. That's this.
And we get samples.
I'll get some tissue samples and blood samples while I'm in there planting these devices, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. I'm not a doctor, and I'm not whatever the hell you are as far as dealing with this kind of crazy shit.
He's like taking the magnet out of his gloves and like putting it back in his backpack. Look, I take care of my job. It's all good over here. Just I don't know. Can we maybe you can sneak in? We can just like get another piece of tape and seal it up or something. And then maybe I don't think I can turn off the fire suppression.
All right.
I can try, but
then maybe we're better off letting the ME get here, and
maybe we could try and persuade the detective that we can be their escort.
Yeah, that might be a better plan. Less likely that we get brushed back on us too. I mean, it's a little weird with 3 of the other federal agents turning into crazy psychos, so best not maybe to blow the lab up.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't it be just like great if they just disappeared?
Well, you know my opinion. Can't murder American citizens and get away with it.
But, yeah, let's just play it cool till the ME shows up.
All right.
Okay. It is late night, so it's like 8, 9 o'clock, something like that. You've been at it all day. You're more than welcome to retire back to like a hotel. That's easy enough to get. That's not like, so if you all want to call it for the night, that's fine. You did hear that they were trying to bring up a medical examiner from Seattle tomorrow morning. Whether or not that pushes that jurisdictional issue through or not, don't know. But at least there's somebody at the very least that's going to be on site. But the two of you are welcome to just get out of here, grab a hotel room, and just crash. Or if there's anything else you wanted to do, call it out now.
Yeah, I feel like Ryder would just try and play the card of continuing to investigate and like be helpful in evidence collection, even if it's not digital, just like other things.
Sure.
Just so he can maybe learn about more what actually happened that maybe they didn't, talk about specifically when he talked to him initially. But I think he wants to be still like kind of like the ears of what's happening if they're still talking about other things or other options. I think he wants to be a part of that and just kind of drink coffee and just stay up.
Okay. Why don't you just roll like if this is all just like overhearing stuff, or if you're are you gonna try to like pump them for information, or if it's just like just
no, it's
being
more
in the
just
area
listening. Yeah.
Okay, roll a let's call this a charisma test. So if you just click charisma, it's charisma times 5, so just click charisma and I'll roll.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. I don't know if I didn't catch if you had a reroll or not.
I don't think I do.
It's all
Okay.
Jeremy.
Just a classic
He
fail.
loves Jeremy.
Yeah, I mean, you hang out for a couple hours. At a certain point, the detective does leave because she has to bring the evidence to Evan's lockup. You try to talk to like the two officers that are on. One of them's kind of watching the front parking lot, and one of them's watching the loading area where the van was stolen. You don't really learn anything beyond what you've heard before. One of the officers that's kind of watching the site was also one of the first responders at the Greaves home, and kind of just fills you in on what happened. But all of it is stuff you already have in the mission briefing. Just he talks. His main thing is he focused on like him and his partner, and then like the newspaper guy was there, and then the thing just dissolved. Like what the hell just happened? And then before I knew it, the head was spinning, and they were taking us up to Everett to get us tested for every freaking like infectious disease you can imagine. It was a crazy, and that's kind of it. But this is all stuff that's well documented in the mission briefing. Okay, Deacon, was there anything else that you wanted to try to accomplish, or
no? Deacon would be staying on site too, trying to help out with the police, mainly trying to ingratiate himself as a partner to the police force as opposed to an impediment to them, while casually scoping the area out, looking for blind angles from the cameras, access points, fastest route in and out of the autopsy room where the bodies are at, to both the backloading dock or out front if necessary, that kind of stuff.
Okay, let's just do two things then. Why don't you give me give me that charisma roll that Ryder just did, and then also why don't you give an alertness test as well, as you try to like assess ingress, egress, that kind of stuff.
There you go.
So a success on the charisma and a success on the alertness.
Okay, so with the alertness one, what we'll do is, should the situation arise where you're trying to get out of here without being seen by cameras, blind spots, and you could potentially navigate out. And if you wanted to try, if at any point you tried to like break the Griffin body out of storage and try to like you might have a better, like I'll give you like basically like a +20 to any kind of stealth roll or something like that to get out, because you've spent some time casing around. So just keep that in the back of your mind, and if it comes up, keep me honest, and you'll get your bonus for that.
One thing I wanted to ask real quick, with the them bringing like the drives for the cameras back for evidence collection, do they still have active cameras on like right now, or is it like turned off because they've like retrieved everything, or the camera's still like functioning and they just put in like new tapes or new drives?
Cameras do seem to be functioning, but let's see.
Jeez.
I am crit failing all night. But they did not put new drives in.
So okay, so it looks like they're just
right.
So it's just going into nothing. Okay. Yeah, exactly. He wanted to just know that, so that way if we get closer into it, we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. Okay, and then so Deacon, I guess, and you're also kind of chatting here and there, just trying to get a bit of to get it kind of get in the ear of some of them. Similar thing in the sense that you don't really get anything beyond the specific mission briefing report, but you do hear a couple other rumors kind of floating around here and there. Apparently, like they're like you've heard it once or twice now on the radio, but someone was talking about it, and apparently, because like one of these guys is like an ex-military guy, you present yourself as a military guy maybe, and you start talking, and apparently there was a shopping center in Kirkland that exploded early that morning, and by early, like 2-3 o'clock in the morning. And from what he heard from some of his buddies, you know, in the fire department, like it wasn't just, you know, a gas leak or anything like it was like military grade explosives. And they start talking about like all the different things that were there's like they make a joke because like there's an Allstate insurance location in there, and like I wonder if this is going to be covered. There was a bookstore, you know, there was and there, the one thing that catches your eye though is that there was apparently a private investigator's office as well.
If only Rutledge wasn't dead.
My PI.
All right, so we'll kick it back then to the neighborhood with the two surviving members. You have snuck away from the Greaves home. You're now at one of random street in the neighborhood, away from the home, away from the cordoned off section. What are the two you want to do?
So when the mission started, did we have like some sort of place that we had set up there where we would be staying during the investigation, or a place we could?
Yeah, you would have probably gotten a hotel room assigned to you, probably paid for. There is, let me see what I got here for you. Yeah, you got a Quality Inn and Suites off the I-5. You have a room.
Unless you have something that immediately jumps to your mind, I would love to get to a safe place. And I don't want to burden you, but I've got a gaping chest wound here and a lot of questions.
Gosh, I'm just gonna take a quick look at his chest to make sure, you know.
Can you make sure there's no like weird fingernails or anything there, like, please? Oh my God.
What's your medicine at?
My medicine is at 60.
Yeah, you take a look at it. It looks more almost like a scrape from like a maybe a wildcat or something like that. You know, not really, like you don't see anything that's more. It's more than just surface wounds. It's not just a simple scratch. Like he's gonna need stitches or something. But you don't see. It's not a gaping chest wound. It's more of a like 3 or 4, or like the fingers like kind of scraped by it. It looks like it was trying to dig in, but didn't dig in all the way.
Okay, fine. I'm a big sissy. It's not a gaping chest wound, but it was really scary.
I ran away. It was freaking ridiculous. Like, I'm so glad there was other people that saw that, because there's not anybody in this world that would really believe me if I were to explain what came out of that freaking trailer. Holy Dinah.
Well, maybe some, but that's probably something you should try and not talk about a whole lot. Probably not outside of the circle that you've already met.
So, we can go back to the hotel. Are you okay leaving that thing out there?
Rutledge shot it. I shot it, and it just like popped the bullet out, and it just reformed its flesh. It doesn't make sense. It took the puppy bodies and it just merged them. It took Rutledge's body and now it's bigger, and there's more things coming out of it. And yeah, if we go back there, all we're gonna do is give it more meat, and I don't want to be more creepy meat.
Should the dog oh no, it's coming.
A goo.
You look over, it's got gangly arms coming out of it.
Okay. All right, then should Yep. Let's call a cab and get back to the hotel.
Okay. But I've got some ideas. Like, we should definitely go over the photos from the scene. I've got some ideas now, but I kind of want to get to a place where I can just have a breath. But yeah.
That's fair.
Do either of you contact Stone or Ryder?
They broke our cell phones, I thought.
We gave you burners, though.
Burners.
You gave burners out. That's right. Ryder gave
well, then,
I imagine
of
if
course.
you didn't, if it was late at night, I think he would like text you like a.
No, I think you did. I think you had some.
We gave him burners.
Okay. I misremembered. I apologize. I thought like.
Well, he would probably text you because you probably wouldn't have his number, so it'd probably be like 10 o'clock or something, and he'd probably text you like a dog emoji and then found ?
Just like 911. No, probably not that. 911 hot dog emoji.
Oh my god.
Yeah. No, I would let you know that we need to meet and that it's urgent.
He'll reply where.
I'll do the little like the home marking or something to just let you know. I'll just say hotel. It's a burner.
Yeah, the Colombian. Okay.
Yeah, Rex isn't that clever to do emojis. He maybe takes a minute to try to think about doing emoji. And he just screws it. He just types in an actual message.
So yeah, maybe Ryder when it gets kind of late and he hears about that, maybe he'll go over to Stone and inform him and say, maybe I'll go take the car and go meet up with them and see what the deal is. He was sending some weird emojis I've never seen before.
Oh my god, what have they got themselves into this time?
I'm really surprised that there's something as scary or worse than what just happened earlier today. So this is kind of alarming, to be honest.
All right, I'll hold here.
Or unless you want to go and I'll stay, I don't care.
No, you go. I'll keep an eye out here.
All right, so he'll get in his car and meet him at the hotel.
Okay. And we will we'll flash forward then. We'll move it forward, and half an hour later or so, assuming you get a taxi or an Uber or whatever, and from the neighborhood, Ryder, you got a car, and you all will say before you even get into the hotel, you see each other in the parking lot or some such. Now, I mean, you all are, you player knowledge versus character knowledge. I mean, all three of you would know that Raleigh might be an issue. Because of her name, because she was a CDC person, and it's just a question of who was the name of this hotel put in, and who knows about this hotel. So does the CDC know about it? And if that's the case, then likely the cops know about it. But if this is more of a Delta Green thing and they didn't use it, and so it's possible this could be a dicey situation. So it's something you want to probably keep an eye on as you commit to too much time in this hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe we can go to like the Denny's nearby or something.
Yeah, I just wanted a place that we would know to meet. Okay. I agree. We should move.
Yeah, or I could they could be sitting at the hotel like outside of the entrance, and I can come pick them up, and we could just drive by.
There is Sean O'Donnell's American Grill and Irish Pub, which is across the street.
Sounds great.
Okay. Just like I'll put a shirt on. Hopefully we've at least like put some general gauze over the.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'm not gonna. We don't need to play that out. I would imagine that Dr. Raleigh has something, because I'm giving her credit. She has a bag. She's got the crows in the bag, and she like might have some basic first aid stuff. But yeah, the three of you are. It's 10:30 or so. Stone's not here. Ryder, you sit down. You notice Rutledge isn't here either.
All right, I'm really sick of you guys, and I'm a little confused here. And he looks. Why there's only two of you?
You're not going to like me saying this, but I'm glad you're the one who came, because I think you're the only one who'll believe this.
That is not reassuring at all.
No.
Dog.
So we did find the dog, but it wasn't the dog. It was, but it wasn't. Do you remember like the little things, like there were toes and then other little splotchy things?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not saying I understand exactly how, but somehow it left the scene, and saying that it ate the dog is wrong. It's more that it like, okay, I'm going to use my best sci-fi movie knowledge here. It assimilated the dog and then another dog. And we tracked it and we found it. And it gave me this, and it assimilated Rutledge too. And I shot it, and Rutledge shot it, and it just knitted its flesh back together again. And I know.
Just kind of staring blankly, trying to think about what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, he's just like diarrhea of the mouth. Just.
So, all right. So no more Rutledge.
No.
And the thing is, it's still where he found it, or
it somehow got stuck in the cabin. I didn't have anything to be able to like set it on fire or anything like that. And it's kind of bad, but also if I died and didn't come back to like let you guys know what was going on, then that's also bad. Pretty much everything was bad. There was no good answer.
But he's just looking at Dr. Raleigh as he says some of this stuff, saying like her reaction, if she's like acting normal or acting like Dr. Raleigh.
I'm just staring at my cup of coffee.
Okay, so what I think we need to look at is, oh man, I have a lot of bad questions. The number one question is, how many bodies were on that plane? Because if this thing could do that with 2 goddamn dog bodies, we are in deep shit wherever that plane landed.
Yeah.
Okay, that's my number one concern. But
I feel like that's like number 3, because we're in the city of the creature you just described, and it's still staying out in the backyard, just like who knows what it's gonna do next.
Okay, so granted, that's me just being. It's been a day. So trying to move on to productive.
Is it still fucking Monday?
It is still Monday. This day won't fucking end. Okay, now here's the thing. Why did a piece of the dude wander off and start eating dogs, assimilating, whatever, but the rest of them went to goo? And then why didn't the other body go to goo? So on the photos we have, like they have photos of the body when it's first there, right? They have photos of the body whole, and then later they have photos of ooze. We need to look at what's different between his body and the other body from the scene, because the other body didn't turn to ooze. So what's different in the photos from the time that they initially took it to the time that it's ooze? Because we need to figure that out, because otherwise this thing just spits out bullets, right?
Right. Does your wound there, is it you got any residue or anything that we could maybe take a sample from?
Doc checked. That was like no, which yay, but also no.
Now, would we, as like Delta Green, more veterans that have been on missions, would we know what protocol would be when it comes to something like this? Is it something that we're supposed to take care of?
Yeah. It's assess, contain, cover up, like basically.
So now when he says there's something in the backyard that's still roaming around, I think that it needs to be taken care of.
Yeah,
somehow
we need to figure out how. So
I mean,
I think we need to figure out what made
right?
the body turn to goo.
I think I might be able to shed a little light on that.
Okay.
Fortunately, we've been able to see a couple of these quote unquote infections happen now, and the only one that's been different is patient 0. He dissolved. And if I remember correctly, one of the vials was missing. He's a geneticist with some pretty swanky equipment in his lab there. So I'm gonna say, he's made some life. It's eaten him, and I don't know more. I need to see a sample. I need to do some tests to see whether or not this material is what it looks like.
Okay, well, I don't know what really we can say right now about your shitty situation, except we're gonna have to handle it at some point. Let's just talk about the bright side, what happened at the medical examiner place real quick. So that way everybody's on the same page. All right, good news. All the tapes are wiped. I handled that. We are working on trying to get to the bodies and getting samples, maybe burning them. We're gonna talk to the ME when they get there in the morning, but there's no, we just gotta wait for that problem. So maybe we can try and get the samples and then work on containing this creature. We might need to get something maybe a little heavier. Maybe it's a aversion to fire or cold. I don't know.
Well, if the bullets are penetrating it, it means that its flesh is like it's biological, obviously. So,
maybe we need something a bit stronger.
Absolutely.
I mean, if it's just the fact that the meat, reattaches itself. I mean, if it can take meat from something else and just slurp it together, then yeah, I think we need to burn it to ash.
Yeah, look, you guys have had a hard night. And he slides like a burner credit card and gives us an address on the back. Go stay here. It's a motel somewhere. I'm sure it's not on the books anywhere. That way, just in case you stay off the radar. I'm gonna go back with Stone. We're gonna try and handle that. And in the morning, we'll reconvene and we'll try and figure everything out. But I don't know. I don't say right now. It's describe an alien creature. And last time I checked, I'm not a xenobiologist, so we'll just have to brainstorm and go from there.
So I know that I get with the powers that be, I'm clearly going to be in the doghouse right now. You are probably the most professional. God, Stone's professional too. At some point, we're going to need to tell people that we need. Honestly, we need body armor. If we don't cover ourselves, we are just going to add to it.
I'll talk to Stone, see if he's got any connections or something we can. We'll see what we can do, and we'll try and take care of it in the morning. Maybe something with daytime too. If it was hiding in that trailer, maybe it's staying away from the sun. I don't know.
So just mechanically speaking, that is something you could potentially speak to your case officer about. You could you could try to requisition it, and depending upon a role, you might be able to get it. And then if that doesn't work out, you could always try to acquire it yourself, which could have some consequences. But yeah, there's ways to get around a specific specialty gear like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you just want to go talk to Stone just to update him about what it is before he makes a move on requisitioning anything. But
all right, so both Raleigh and Dart are heading over to a different hotel, not this one. You've got some kind of prepaid credit card thing going on.
Yeah, I'm sure
Ryder
has plenty of burner shit.
I think it's fine. And as the three of you are leaving, because this is an Irish pub, you do notice that there's this local news broadcast on the TV above the bar. They just got done talking about the Mariners game and apparently they lost and everyone's kind of pissed and whatever. But then you do notice that you don't hear it as much as you see the pictures, and there is Dr. Lucy Raleigh's picture right up right next to the picture of Dr. Lewis Stubbs. And then this shifts to another screen that has two sketches of other individuals identified as Jones and Kowalski.
Oh no!
And apparently there's some sort of situation at the Snohomish County Medical Examiner's office, and there just seems to be confusion, a lot of question marks in the headlines. Can't hear it, so you don't know what they're saying. But from what you can glean, that they're looking for you, and they know. And it's at that point, Raleigh, you don't have your phone anymore, right? It was broken, so never mind. That doesn't happen. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, you see that. No one notices it. Everyone's drunk. It's 11:30. Everyone's drunk at this point. No one notices you all. You guys are okay there. But you are on the local news right now about the issues.
All right. It's you're just staying in the motel, right? Just keep it cool. Stay in your motel. Wait till we come get you. We'll go do a little alien hunt and creature hunt, whatever the fuck it is. And then we're going to Montana. So there's a bright side to all this.
I'm going to apologize in advance, but I'm going to give you a really terrible haircut just so we can change your profile a little bit.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
I don't have any hair, so.
Plus, yeah. You can't change Ryder's profile.
No.
I'm also not on the news.
Yeah.
Neither is Stone. Okay, so the two of you split off to the hotel. The other one. So Ryder and Stone, were you going to try to do something tonight? I just want to make sure, or do we want to flush forward to the morning? Was there something you were trying to accomplish
I think
tonight?
we would just have a quick conversation about requisitions, and I would explain what I was told. So, obviously between the booth, even though I've dealt with some stuff, he probably has never dealt with something like this. So he's just trying to say, like, hey, if we do a requisition, what would you think we should get? We were talking about flamethrowers, potentially heavy weapons. They said the bullets did hurt. It just was regenerating over time type of thing.
Flamethrowers. Nobody's used those since World War II. Need to get M4s with underslung M203s. We'll get some Willie Pete grenades. That's white phosphorus for you civilians. That should put a hurt and a burn on anything. We're going to have to keep it immobilized. So that's where the covering fire will come into play. So maybe a 60 or some kind of pig that's going to throw a lot of rounds downrange. But
you gotta keep in mind we got Dr. Raleigh, so we don't exactly have a bunch of like Navy SEALs here.
So what you're saying is we've got bait. So all we got to do is.
I guarantee she probably ran away the second she saw that shit. I mean, looking at her face when we were talking about it, she's just staring at her damn coffee.
Well, then maybe
right now we got 3 armed people. We got three that can use a weapon.
Maybe some auto shotguns and some white phosphorus grenades. Pump slugs in this thing to hold it down and then burn it.
Okay, yeah, then he'll, take that and he will attempt, I guess with Blair, right? It'd be the handler.
Right. So if you're looking for, are you looking for specifically like it's military gear and stuff? You're looking for weaponry, all that kind of stuff. Be a military science role is what you're looking at. Aaron, you would probably know. Are we talking like if you would know better than me? So like, would you consider this like a major expense, an extreme expense, unusual expense? How would you categorize it?
No, I mean this is a loadout for a typical team op. I mean, this is kind of load you'd get for like a ranger squad or anybody else. I mean, it would. For a military operation, it'd be a standard expense. For us, I don't know, it might be unusual.
Yeah, unusual. That's what I was thinking too. I don't think no penalty on it. Just straight military science then.
I don't even have that on my sheet. Do you have military science? Okay.
Yeah.
I was like,
Stone can roll it then. Now you can still get it, but basically what you could do is it's not so much an issue of you not being able to get it. It's just you not being able to get it as fast as you want. And so like your normal contact, whoever you have, who might be able to provide this for you, they're not gonna be able to turn around within 12 hours or 15 hours or 24 hours or however long you need. They're like, something came up that's going to take them a little bit longer. So if you want to still get it, this could be the case of where you're trying to like spend your own money to, or try to bribe your way in. And that's where you kind of get to the accounting roles,
more attention.
Yeah. And then potentially stressing your bonds because now you have all this strange expense now that you have on your books and things like that. So you could always do that if you wanted to try to acquire it that way.
I have pretty good accounting actually.
Yeah, roll it.
And so I could go through my bonds or something, you said?
So yeah, you roll accounting and you basically just see if you have enough cash or credit available to be able to kind of
like your person's
this.
purchasing it, and then it's like, hey, why'd you just buy a bunch of rifles or something?
Right,
type of thing.
Exactly. Yeah, so go ahead and roll.
I have a reroll.
You can, if you can re-roll it, but you'll still get it. Like you're still going to get it. It's just now you just have to reduce. You have to reduce a bond score by 1. That's all.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's okay. I'll do that.
Yeah.
I'll save my reroll because it might be scary.
So maybe you tapped into you have Kylie Nugent, you have Rose. Maybe one of them was helping you with it, but now you're like maybe putting them out a little bit too much because now like you've already asked too many favors of them in too short a period of time, and it's kind of stressing the relationship. But they tell you they give you a location morning. They give you what sounds like a public storage, a specific lot number, and they say, this is where you're going to go. And you can kind of pick it up sometime in the morning and you can kind of get the gear you need.
I'll just send a text message to everyone's phone, just letting them know.
Okay.
After the ME, that's where we'll go.
Do you want to Well, no, the gear and stuff will be ready in the morning.
Yeah.
So do the two of you, Stone and Ryder, want to stay at the random hotel, or do you want to stay at the Quality Inn that you were assigned?
For us, it'd make more sense to stay at the Quality Inn. I don't think we would stay all night, right? That seems a little...
No.
Okay.
Because we don't have any heat on us, so
Nope.
I mean, it would be fine for us to stay there. Yeah.
All right. So we'll say then night passes. And it's
Oh my God,
mercifully Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
Day 2. Good
Tuesday,
job.
who dis?
And Ryder, you get a knock on your hotel door as you're getting ready.
Is it like 6 a.m., like real early?
However early it would be for you to normally.
I imagine we're
would be a
waking
little
up
early.
really early to get ready for everything.
Dawn, or just before.
He'll try and
knock on your door.
He'll try and tidy up and put his, biker jacket on, slick back his hair. Remember, he has no hair, and then he'll open the door.
Matt, who do they see standing in the doorway?
They see a man, average size, average build, pretty much everything average about him. Forgettable face, kind of person you meet, and when you meet them again, you don't remember that first encounter. He's wearing an ash gray suit, a black tie, and says good morning.
Good morning. How you doing? It's been a doozy.
I'm doing all right. It seems that the rest of you aren't doing so well.
Oh, yeah. There's a select few we could probably pinpoint if that's what you're referring to.
Oh, they've been pinpointed. They're all over the news, and their identifications are plastered everywhere, and local law enforcement are looking for them. So that's why I've been sent here. The top brass is a little unsure that you can finish this assignment, and I'm now in charge, and we're going to have to clean up this mess.
I hope you can shoot a gun. Because, your suit's not going to do us much good when we go hunt. We're about to go hunt in the morning.
Okay. Are you an only child, Mr. Ryder?
No, I had a sister.
Okay. Very good. Stone. From what I understand...
Are we in the same room?
You guys share a room.
For ease, sure. Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
You seem to be the most competent one here. We need to take care of this. We need to get the local authorities and the government off of our trail. Where are the others?
They're set up in a discreet hotel using burner card. They're not traceable. But
Good.
I didn't catch your name.
My name is Mr. Brown.
Mr. Brown. Have you been filled in on what the other group encountered yesterday, Mr. Brown?
Would I have been filled in on that, Jeff?
I don't think he would know because I'm the only person.
I think you would have everything up until everything from Ryder's phone call with Blair, everything that's been on the news. You probably wouldn't be privy to what went down at the trailer.
No.
Should maybe I be? You ought to. Yeah, I think you should. As far as I'm concerned, this is some... Listen, you people live in a weird world, and I'm here to be a weapon, and that's fine. But I'll let Ryder explain to you whatever the hell it is we're hunting today.
Yeah, so we'll give him the details, and it'll just be like, hey, look, you can, point fingers at me all you want, but we split up, and those three fucked up, and we're cleaning up their mess. So don't sit here and tell me I'm not doing my job. I cleaned up the videotapes.
Mr.
We're trying
Ryder?
to get to the bodies.
Mr. Ryder, it's enough excuses, okay? You made one too many calls to top brass. It's not the way we operate. I thought you were an experienced field agent.
You just see him kind of like look you up and down. He says, fuck off. And then he goes and he will look at Ryder or look at Stone and like give him a nod, like to meet at the weapons storage.
Right. Well, Mr. Brown, I don't know what to tell you. Some weird multi-limbed thing that absorbs flesh is one problem. A body and a pile of goo at the medical examiners is another problem. With an ME that we have no authority or control over coming down. So we still need to deal with that. And then obviously, of course, we need to deal with the fact that Dr. Rowley is justifiably wanted for murder of a U.S. citizen.
And on top of that, from what you've just told me, shots were fired in a residential area last night, and you left the dead body of an agent behind?
Got no idea about that. Wasn't there. Didn't see it. Don't know where it's at.
Was it collected, Ryder?
Ryder's not there. He walked away.
So, okay. So any Joe Blow walking their dog in the morning could come across our dead agent. Excellent. This is going according to plan. This is why I'm here.
Well, maybe that's a good thing, but from what Dart said, if anybody's walking their dog around there, they're dead already. So maybe we got to go pick up those AA-12 Atchison street sweepers and those Willie Pete grenades and some body armor and take care of that thing first.
Why don't we get them off of our trail first? Why don't we set up some sort of diversion or distraction? Let's set up a phantom group to take credit for what's been going on here. We've got malls being blown up. We have planes being crashed. We have men being killed. We have medical examiners that are now going missing. We need to throw them off of the trail and possibly set up some false targets for them to go after.
Well, I already laid the groundwork with some basic psyops with the police that it indicates possibly a homegrown domestic terrorist organization trying to develop a bioweapon of some sort.
Well, I think that's a good start. I think we should further that. I think we need to go to a pawn shop. We need to pick up a video recorder. We need to go to a gas station. We need to get a map of the area. We need to get some masks, and we're going to record ourselves a little message from this terrorist group, and we're going to send it to the local authorities. We're going to send it to the local news. We need to put some targets on that map to get them off our trail.
You're the boss.
Okay. So, you all, the three of you, head out. I assume at some point, do you communicate with Dart in Raleigh? Do we
That's probably where I'm going when I left, is to pick them up, and then
okay, so Dart and Raleigh, give you a moment, between late last night and early this morning. Was there anything you were looking to do before Ryder would show up? Is there anything the two of you were looking to do?
Make ourselves not look like ourselves.
Okay, yeah. Roll a disguise roll for that.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a really good idea.
Her badge just says Raleigh, not Doctor.
Yeah. Your hair, dyeing her hair, that kind of thing.
Oh, 93.
Trimming the beard.
Yeah.
You can do it too.
I could try.
Yeah. Oh my God. They come out exactly the same. What do you mean you're making a disguise? What the hell is this?
They look like each other now. It's just reversed.
Yeah. Is there any chance she might have had a chance to stitch anything up or do any sort of first aid at all?
Yes.
Yeah, we can do that. So healing in this game, there's a couple different ways that healing happens, but the most common was overnight you can kind of heal back stuff. But otherwise healing does take kind of a longer process than you would probably be familiar with. But go ahead and first of all, for night, if anyone lost health, and I think probably just you at this point, you're the only person who got attacked, you can go ahead and roll con to recover. I think it's con to recover health, if I recall correctly.
Okay, rolling con. God bless it. I'll use one of my rerolls. Because I really don't want to suck. No, okay, never mind.
And you just fall over.
Crazy high rolls.
Just really bad dice luck. That's okay.
Just double checking one thing. And then in terms of the disguise roll, so yeah, basically what this means is you do your best to probably dye your hair, or maybe Dart, you kind of change your beard in some way, something like that. But you don't necessarily have a ton of supplies, and maybe you didn't want to hit the Walgreens for too much stuff. So but you do your best, switch out your clothing. you still, if anyone's looking really closely, they'll tell, like they'll still be able to tell that you're who you are, but it doesn't necessarily mean like the sheer fact that you said you wanted to do a disguise is enough to potentially get people from noticing you like off the bat. Just want to double check one thing for Jeremy for healing. I always forget this.
Cut your hair into a mullet. That's your disguise.
No.
So you didn't actually. So go ahead and I'll say we could say roll a. So we do a stabilization. So do a first aid test, Megan. And if you pass, he can gain a D4 back.
Ooh.
What's the oohing for?
Critical success.
Oh, Juan.
Okay. So that actually changes things. You get double the amount. So a D4.
Oh, you just double it.
Yeah.
Oh,
D4 times 2.
I'm like, oh, that's awesome.
Right.
Oh,
yes!
What are you all oohing about? What?
Sorry, I brought the rules up. We don't do a lot of like in the other Delta Green game I run. It's all about sanity, and we very rarely do we lose HP. It's always sanity. So it's different. And yeah, you don't get your normal 1 HP though back. That doesn't come back. So you do get the heal up.
I mean, for 8 hit points, I'm back to full. So I go from whining about my gaping chest wound to like I got scratched.
Just rub some dirt in it. You're fine.
Yeah,
exactly. Okay. Ryder shows up.
I send a message to tell him to come out.
Yeah, with a mullet and like like the thing like do the thing where you've shaved like one little line through your eyebrows, like just something really ridiculous. So he's got a line through an eyebrow that's been shaved out and a mullet.
The fuck is that? You look exactly the same with a mullet. Out of all hairstyles you pick a goddamn mullet. And why does Dr. Raleigh look just like an emo doctor? She looks exactly the same.
She would
got black
give
hair,
her a mullet.
really thick eyeliner. I don't understand. What is this? Is literally what you guys came up with after?
Yes.
Get in the damn.
I worked really hard on this.
As you guys get in the car, he's like, "This is literally the least of your problems right now. All right, y'all just guys sucks, and this jackass just showed up because y'all just murdered somebody. Y'all are on the news, and now he's getting mad at me, and I didn't do fucking anything."
Exactly.
And you, Dr. Raleigh, are on like the thinnest ice I can possibly even see.
You know what? I'm just about tired of your attitude.
I am warning you. That guy is.
What are you warning me about?
No, that is fair. If the brass sent down a dude in a suit, like that guy's
those are the people that make you disappear.
He's gonna talk nicely to you, and just watch your ass. We're
giving you a warning. That's all we're saying. I mean,
but for what it's worth, I think we do need you, because whatever the hell that is, we need you to tell us what is up with it. So I sincerely don't want anything bad to happen to you.
I appreciate
for what that's worth.
I would have just know that.
It was a day.
All right, look, I got weapons. We talked about it. I talked about it with Stone. We're gonna go to the storage. It's like 6 a.m. Something's about to come up. We're gonna go do some bug hunting, and then me and Stone got to head back to the ME to meet that doctor.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah, time to face your fears again.
All right, so we'll say everyone starts maneuvering about. Who's going where? So like walk me through where everyone's headed right now, because there's a lot of different things on the plate right now. So who's doing what right now?
He's going to the storage lockers for the weapons. Okay. That's where he's bringing
Ryder's going to the storage locker to get the equipment that he requisitioned. Who's going with Ryder? Anybody riding with Ryder?
Well, I picked up those two.
Yeah. Okay. So the two of you are just going to go with him. Okay. So 3 of you are going. Stone and Brown are together then. What are Stone and Brown doing?
Brown wants to follow up with this false terrorist thing and really get them off the trail. So what he had suggested. So if possible, he would like to stop. He'd like to go to a pawn shop, buy a video camera, like I say, get a map of the surrounding area from a gas station. Get a couple thumb drives if I can from a Walmart or Target or whatever.
Yeah,
what time of year is
sounds
it?
difficult. It's October,
I would like to
first
get
week
some
of October.
Halloween masks if I can, while I'm also at the Target or Walmart.
Okay.
I would like to go to an
all
Army
of that
Surplus and buy some fatigues.
I'm sure that's doable as well. Army Surplus and outside of Seattle, easy enough. Okay.
These
A
are
little
all-
shopping.
We're gonna make a tape. We're gonna make a tape and try and get them off our trail.
All right.
Stone, are you just traveling around with him, collecting all this stuff?
I'm in his car, so yeah, I think.
Okay.
So I'd call Ryder. Ryder. Mr. Brown wants to do a terrorist tape to try to get the cops off our backs. I am currently in his vehicle.
Hey, I can pick you up at any time. We're going bug hunting. I mean, that thing, if it gets any further, we got no idea where it's going to go. He can go, play theater if he wants with his cameras and masks. That's all his game.
That's a good point. I'm at the Army Surplus. Come get me.
Okay, I'll go pick him up.
Okay. So, a couple times.
Well, I was thinking we were doing this while Ryder was driving to meet them, and then met them, and they were meeting. It was all kind of at the same time.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
I am perfectly fine with just giving everyone a chance to get into the cars that they want to get into. So that's totally fine. So we can split the party however you want. Just let me know how we want to do it. We don't have to worry about which parking lot you all meet. That's fine. Who's going with whom? Is everyone sticking together for the bug hunt, or like what's being prioritized here? Or if the party's splitting, who's doing what?
Sounds like at least 4 of us are bug hunting. I don't know what Mr. Brown's doing.
I'm not going bug hunting.
So then it's just us 4. Yeah.
Fire live rounds and whatever else
Italian
in the middle of the
loafers
day in a suburban neighborhood.
To be 100% honest, I don't think Rowley would be particularly excited about doing that either.
Oh, you're the bait. You're going.
I'm the bait.
Yeah, you don't know it yet. But yeah.
Oh, that's so terrible. But
Raleigh, you still have the bag of crow, the crow evidence bags. You still have that on you. So there was some thought. There's some talk before everything went crazy with Rutledge and the thing that you guys encountered. There was thought of doing follows on that. So if you go with Brown, the 2 of you could figure out ways to do that while the rest of them kind of go bug hunting, so to speak.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. So let's start then with the sort of the easy one, and that's heading back to the scene. We'll say you get there probably 8:39 a.m. You've spent some time shopping or in the early morning hours. You hit some 24-hour Walmart or something like that, picked up what you needed, gas stations, etc. Maybe even split up some of the purchases to make it not look too suspicious. For Brown, you pick up the equipment that you needed. So whatever you wanted to requisition, that was on Aaron's very specific list of stuff. Jeff,
whatever that was.
You have it in your car, no problem. So just a couple of basic things is, where do you want to park your car? Do you want to go to the actual site of the cul-de-sac, which again is still
isn't so what was near the trailer, like the farm was on the opposite side?
Mm-hmm.
There was another home, and so you could very easily drive around to like kind of to the north a bit, and you can find what looks like a service road that goes to some of these other properties that aren't part of like the suburban subdevelopment. So you can take
probably that angle then. Yeah.
And so you'll find a spot along one of the that kind of access road there to these old homes, these old lots, and you can pull off to the side near about where the trailer was. And 3 of you pop out, gear up, however you want to gear up.
So the closest thing I can see in as far as weapons go to like the Atchison 12 full auto shotgun is probably like a very heavy rifle. Because the shotguns, the shotguns in the game are like an 870 pump shotgun. They're not really delivering the kind of firepower. And they don't really have incendiary grenades, but I guess you could do grenade, but do burn damage instead of physical damage for a Willie Pete or a white phosphorus grenades. And then I took body armor, obviously.
Yeah, there's a couple different tiers of that of body armor, so just keep an eye on like what you would want. Some of it's mainly for, are you just wearing something that can kind of be hidden underneath? Are you wearing something that's more like what cops would wear, or are you wearing something that's more like militaristic? And so that's sort of just what you want.
Right. It's like okay.
Yeah, and so like
he would have ordered.
It gets the obvious it's gonna be.
He'd have figured. I mean, with the full auto shotguns, it's going to be very obvious. So he went full tactical body armor to make us look like we're actually supposed to be there.
Okay.
Gotcha. Following his lead.
You got
all three of you do this?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Ryder and Stone don't actually know what we're dealing with. We're just going off the word of what Dart said. So it's
Dart strongly agrees with this.
Okay. So where do you head first? Do you just head right to the trailer?
Yeah, I see if we can try and see, like, as we're going, looking for any tracks describing from what Dart said, or if there's any other sort of like biological matter, like of some other person that might have been walking by that accidentally got grabbed up, or of another, dog, whatever it could be.
All right, so if you're specifically searching for evidence, that's a search. If you're looking for danger, if you're worried about there being something else, that's alertness. So roll what you think your character would be doing.
I'd be willing to keep a lookout if somebody else wants to investigate, so to speak.
Stone would be on guard too. He would, seeing sight on for a target.
Yeah, I can try and search. It's not great, but oh, baby,
nice.
Okay, 3 successes. So slowly, methodically, carefully, the three of you approach the trailer. High grass all around. You keep careful alertness. Whatever suitable tactical formation would apply in this situation is how you approach. Nothing kind of catches your attention other than an occasional buzzing of an insect, butterfly coming up out of nowhere, or a scurrying of some kind of small like field mouse or something. But you make it to the trailer, and you can see the door laying on the ground where it kind of got knocked back off the hinges. Likely Dart, the thing burst out of it. You can see that the glass is on the ground. You can see some of Rutledge's things: gun, phone, some of his clothing, other belongings are on the ground. When you look for the body of poor Rutledge, you do not see it. Instead,
thing two.
Instead, when you take a look at him, 1 second. You can see that where the last place you saw him, Dart, there is now looks like a blue-black goo in the ground. There's this smell of chlorine and honey, and you can see that it's got like the consistency of sort of like hard candy. And you can see that some of his clothing has been ripped to shreds nearby, but this was his death site. But you see no signs of him whatsoever.
Well, we could get samples of this goo.
Yep.
And then we could not have to worry about the other goo. Besides getting rid of the body, we would need samples there. Yeah, so I think Ryder would try and get some samples.
Stone will collect any personal effects that are still here from Rutledge and bag them.
Sure.
And just to double check, the goo is basically where his body was left last night, or in that
exact same spot.
Do we still have the photos that got snagged from the hospital the previous
Someone
day?
does. Someone has them, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's either you or Raleigh, probably. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to look through those kind of while we're here.
Okay.
I want to look at the first, and I want to look at the last.
You take a look at the body of Greaves, the very last photo in sort of the time lapsed, and you see the exact same consistency that you see in front of you where Rutledge's body now is.
Okay.
And was that consistent with like the pieces of dog that they found? Like, was there like that kind of same? Okay.
No, that was just like literally fur or like a stray piece of flesh, part of a paw, something like that. Yeah.
Well, fuck.
Well, let's get a sample, burn the rest of the tier, bag his stuff. And if this thing's gone, see if we can't pick up a trail.
Yeah. Would my search roll be able to be used for that? Or is
I think there's a separate
survival?
thing for track.
I do have
Survival, yeah. Survival would be what I would want for tracking specifically.
Oh,
That's big old critical failure for Stone.
Shit, I have a really low survival.
Doesn't know how to track something with 50 arms, apparently.
Yeah, I think I do have survival.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
You all kind of scatter a bit, looking around. You even peek inside the trailer at some point, which is kind of busted to hell. You can see it's kind of the damage from the door getting knocked out forcefully has kind of caused it to sink and fracture a bit more. This thing's going to collapse inward on itself. That horrible smell of rot is still inside, but you don't see any signs of the creature that you saw last night, Dart. However, upon looking around, Deacon maybe goes inside, is kind of peeking, looking to get something. As you're inside, the ceiling of the trailer collapses and just kind of pushes Stone through, and you kind of have to strain yourself and kind of pull yourself throughout the bottom of the floorboards in a very painful way. Go ahead and take a will point down as you're just like the physical strain of trying to get out from this collapsing trailer. But fortunately, Dart, you do pick up a trail. You notice your own boot prints kind of running back to the green belt. You notice Raleigh's. You also see signs of like your own. It's hard to see sometimes because of these high grass, but you do notice that occasionally there's like this tiny little blue-black, like little crystalline thing on these tall blades of grass. It seems to be heading in the direction of the farmstead about a half a mile away.
Oh boy, we're about to have some blue goo moo cows. All right, since we established that Ryder has a drone, as we're following that, can I pop my drone as we're walking and do like an aerial towards the direction that Dart points us to?
Yeah, I'm assuming you brought your drone back at some point when we were. I don't know if we spoke specifically about where you ended up with the low jack, but obviously you would bring it back at some point. But yeah, you can start sending it up in the air and kind of start doing some kind of surround surveillance of the farm. But let's switch it over though to Brown and Raleigh, as the two of you have a bunch of Walmart bags and in the back of your car. You also have some bags with crows with fingers growing out of them. What is it that the two of you are doing?
I forgot you went in the car with Brown.
Where were the weapons? Are at like a sea can or a storage log or something like that?
Yeah, so that's something Ryder would have picked up. We can easily say that before the group split, you could have acquired something if you wanted for your video. Yeah,
I would have liked to have utilized that. Would have been a good secluded spot to film something.
Yeah, we can do that. That's fine. Yeah. So yeah, it's a public storage. It's outside, kind of over by an industrial area just outside of the city, outside of Mill Creek, kind of to the east. A little bit off of some kind of service road. People don't really come here too frequently, but yeah, you find a public storage. It's the same place. When you all were originally here, you pulled up the garage door, and there were a series of cases with various military stamps on it from different divisions, and a couple of them were more, we'll say kind of corporate grade in some cases. Going through, got the info you need, but you have this otherwise empty storage locker or storage. What's the word I'm thinking? Storage container.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know why you didn't let me get the blue sweater. I mean, it's cold. It was really nice. It was pretty cheap. Like, I don't understand. I'm supposed to be trying to like blend in, and I would not normally buy or wear that blue sweater.
You're a liability. That's all he's gonna say, and he's gonna like turn his back to her and get to work. I want to put the map up on the back of this storage container, and I want to start marking in like a Sharpie the various targets, like where the original murder investigation was, where the explosion of the mall took place, the medical examiner's office, and then from there try to like make a pattern and put some false dots on there as well, where things haven't happened yet, away from where we're doing our investigation.
Okay. So let's do. So you're basically trying to make this look like a legitimate, like this. You want this to look like this is a legitimate domestic terrorist group filming locations or filming messages declaring their intentions, and
it's
then
look dirty.
I'll tell you what. Why don't we
amateur.
do like a criminology? Would you
My
be
last
okay with
character was
criminology?
really good at criminology. This one isn't. Okay.
Well, what else do you have? Like I'm negotiable. I can always
what am I good
negotiate
at?
here.
What am I good at?
Human might be a good one because
I'm
the
good at
flip side of interrogation is psychological operations, and that's all about deceiving people.
Okay. I mean, that convinces me. It's fine with me if that's what you prefer.
All right, humans.
Okay.
Human.
All right.
Human.
Successful.
Sitting there
So-
marking things. I'll put circle here and a dot there and scribble some nonsense here and there, like some words and phrases.
Dr. Raleigh must die written in there.
Various, yeah. And, considering your background, you might even know certain domestic terrorist groups that have certain lexicon, or certain dog whistling here and there for certain concepts. So you can probably do that.
Okay.
So you can even probably make it a little bit more authentic. This is going to take, I would say, probably most of the morning to do this, to sort of set this up.
I'm gonna toss her also the bag from the air surplus and tell her to put on the fatigues.
Is there anything else you want me to do?
Just don't get any more trouble.
Can you at least turn around while I get changed?
He's got his back to you. He's busy working on this map. He just like tosses it to you. He doesn't even look at you.
Well, Raleigh will get changed, and then is there like or I'll take one of the crates, and I'll bring out the crows because he doesn't need me for anything. So I'm gonna start. I put on my gloves and whatnot and start dissecting and working through the crows.
Yeah, you're going to be limited in this simply because you don't have access to a lab.
Absolutely.
So there's probably what you're probably be able to do is, as you're dissecting it, you can confirm that the fingers are growing out of it. It's not like they swallowed a human hand and like they burst out, but it seems to be the flesh of the fingers. It's melding with the kind of the flesh of the bird's chest, where the feathers are no longer growing, and you can see that that all seems to be one continuous thing. So you know that this is not just some kind of weird Frankensteinian experiment where someone stitched this on or anything like that. In terms of the nails similarly are growing much like fingernails would grow out of cuticles, but they're growing almost on top of each other, like layered, as if it's some kind of protective scales, almost lizard-like in some ways, but it's clear or translucent anyway, the way a human fingernail would look. Everything is still kind of tinted in this sort of bluish color. It's not appropriate for the color of a crow that you would imagine. You start plucking some of the feathers. Trying to see if there's anything else you could get without having any proper lab equipment here.
Taste it.
When I opened up the crow, like specifically the crow with the scales, the fingernail scales, like is underneath the skin, is it also tinted blue, or is it just like how far?
You find pockets of what looks like kind of a bluish colored fluid coursing throughout the body of the crow in some places.
Okay.
Yeah, and it doesn't you don't know what it is. Like, you're unclear, but you can collect a sample of it.
Yep, I'll collect a sample of it and I'll cut the scales off of that one crow and stick it in a bag, and I'll cut the fingers off of the other crow and stick them in a bag, label them so that don't like crow 1 and crow 2, and take anything else like a sample of their blood versus the blue stuff, and then I'll go to be Mr. Brown. So can I go dispose of these crows outside? I don't feel like we should hang on to them. I can burn them.
No. Don't be starting any fires here. You don't want to get any unnecessary attention.
Well, can I dig a hole and stick them in?
No.
Can I put them in the scene? Give it authenticity?
Absolutely not.
Do you want to
These don't exist. Just put them back in their bags and we'll deal with them later. This is how you got into trouble previously, by showing these things off to people who don't need to know about them.
Well, to be 100% honest, Mr. Brown, like, I don't know where you come from. I don't know anything. I am this doctor, and, you know, I have my own shit that's going on, and my boss calls me up one day saying, hey, come to Mill Creek, it'll be fun. So I show up, and there's all this stuff, and all of a sudden there's this guy, and I've got a syringe, and he's dead, and then this thing with like 8 legs.
The whole time she's saying this, he's just kind of like setting up the area. He's setting up the tripod and the camcorder, and he puts on the fatigues, and he puts on a full face mask, Halloween mask, and she's like kind of talking, and he goes, just sit down in that chair and look like you're drugged and out of it. It shouldn't be too hard for you.
Okay.
We warned you. Warned you.
I know.
You thought Ryder was bad, and he warned you.
Okay. I see where you're going with this. So, so you start recording. Is there anything specific that you are trying to suggest in your video here?
I want to pick up with what Stone and them already laid down with the domestic terrorist group. And like you said, if I'm aware of certain ones that maybe operate in the area, I'd like to pin it on them if possible. And the message I want to say that we've taken Dr. Rowley. She's with us. We used her to get to the medical examiner. We also uncovered that a DE agent was in our midst, and we eliminated him last night. So don't send any more agents our way, otherwise they'll meet the same fate. And just kind of pin this whole thing on this group, and try to clear Rowley's name a little bit. And I'll use Rutledge's name, DE agent Jason Rutledge.
Roll up. I mean, we already did the human thing for setting up. All right, I won't make you do another roll. I was gonna say like maybe do a persuasion roll, but no. We already did human for the whole thing, so it's like for the whole charade. That's fine. Okay. Raleigh, do you listen to him and do what he says while this video is going on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of scares me.
It's even better if she's crying still. Recording it like she was.
Dear God. This goes off without a hitch, no problem. Yeah, no issues whatsoever. Okay.
I really miss PsyOps sometimes.
So let's kick it back to the farm group. So you've got your drone flying overhead. Why don't you roll alertness with it? You can take plus 20, I guess, since you got your drone up there. Oh my gosh, the critical successes tonight. Dear Lord.
I think we've had a few ones.
Yeah. 3.
I am
Ryder,
drone.
You notice there is a chicken coop, and that chicken coop seems to have suffered some damage in some way. You see what looks like feathers and blood and little parts and stuff here and there just outside. You also notice what looks like a pair of empty boots in the ground a few feet from it. You see that there is a door that goes into this little house, this little ranch-style home, a back door that's wide open and blowing in the breeze.
And if I were to go past it, I don't see anything beyond.
You don't see anything else.
Okay, so okay.
Yeah, this is all like a multi-acre lot.
So, okay, so it's a big area,
yeah.
So good news and bad news. Good news, I'm pretty sure it's in that house. Bad news, I'm pretty sure Farmer Dan's dead. His chickens are dead. And that creature's somewhere in there. But it's an isolated area, so that's pretty good for us. Just another casualty that we didn't exactly want.
Well, do we take the house down? We burn the house down, or do we go in there and try to fight it in close quarters?
Why don't
no.
We burn it down, and when it runs out, we fire.
I like it.
Yes.
So immediately then, Stone pulls out the improvised napalm they made the night before, and since it's set up overnight, it's now actually gelled completely. Pulls out his 100-mile-an-hour tape, tapes the 3 jugs together with one Willie Pete grenade, goes up, gets close to an open door, pops the pin on the Willie Pete, chucks it in the middle of the house, and then runs. Because it's going to go up hard and fast.
While he's doing that, I want to make on one of the burner phones, like a fake 911 call about a fire, like some random location. So like to try and get firefighters to go to something, and while that gives us more time.
Okay. So fake 911 fire, other side
or just some
town.
Emergency, something to try and get the fire trucks out there. Yeah,
sure.
Is there going to be a big boom when this goes off?
No.
We're in the middle of nowhere.
No. A white phosphorus grenade. I mean, you get a little pop, but then that fire burns like nothing. You can throw that 3 napalm,
but it'll make smoke though, right?
Oh yeah, it'll make a lot of smoke.
I want to try and create a distraction somewhere else in town. Give us some more time.
Yep, sure.
It won't be loud, but it will burn extremely hot and for a very long time.
And it does. How high are your alertnesses?
Pretty high.
80.
70.
80 is his. Yeah, mine's 45.
Okay. All right. All of
I think
you
we might have just killed
screaming
somebody
coming from inside.
Oh
God!
I'm pretty sure it's the monster.
No! Oh God!
Is that what it sounded like? Is that what the monster sounded like?
It sounded like humans screaming. It sounded like voices screaming. Yeah.
U.S. civilians now.
Damn. Yeah, Stone is.
You guys didn't say you went inside to scope the house, so that's the only reason.
Where's the screaming coming from?
Alertness is pretty high. It's coming from inside. I'll say with your alertness being so high, you do see there's a cellar. There's like an outside cellar door, and you can kind of hear it coming from in there as well. But the napalm has kind of gone crazy. You said,
So, no, it would be pretty impossible to do much about this. But Stone would still run to the cellar doors to try to get in there.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get over and you try to bust open the cellar doors, and you hear screaming. It sounds like a woman. It sounds like a female voice screaming. And there's, you know the explosion better than me, so I'll take your lead on this. Like, how quickly would have it started to consume and gotten down into the cellar?
What's the foundation of the house?
Well, under the cellar itself.
Is it under like concrete?
Yeah, it'll be
slab.
Concrete.
Oh yeah. We'd have time.
Okay.
It'd go through fire. It'd go through wood like nothing, but it's not going to burn through concrete.
All right. So, essentially, we'll say smoke or something like that is down here, but you do hear screams. A woman screaming from down here. Yeah.
So he'd pull up, he'd pull the Atchison up, blow the hinges on the cellar door, toss it off, and go in. Weapon hot.
Okay. I'll go with to help cover and keep an eye out.
I'll stay on the front door, like some door exit that would be out with that. If the creature was in there, it would come out this way.
Okay. So you're covering the front door, and then the other two are kind of going down into the cellar. Your alertness is up. You see in the corner As you get your flashlight going around, this looks to just be storage. It's like hoarder storage in here. They just have lots of boxes, crates, old furniture, stuff like that. But you see there appears to be a young girl in the corner, and she's like screaming and screaming and screaming.
Dart, get the girl, get her out.
She's fine.
Yeah. All right, you need to come with me if you want to live now.
How many others are in the little girl? How many others are in the house?
She's just in panic, shock, screaming. Doesn't seem to respond.
Get her out.
Maybe 6, 7.
Oh God.
And he'll go to the cellar. He'll go up the stairs in the cellar to the door that would lead into the house.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll put his hand on the door.
Warm, not blazing, we'll say.
So, boom, pops it, blows the hinges, pushes it off to the side, sees if he can hear anything, any other noise from inside the house.
Okay. Dart, what are you doing?
I'm getting the girl out.
As you reach down to pick her up, you see the body just kind of, as you pick her up into your hands.
No! No!
You see, as you get really, really close, face to face,
Oh,
that the head,
you guys fell for it.
just kind of twitches in this sort of strange way.
Oh my God.
Her skin is kind of blue tinted and pale, and she just, as quickly as she can, she shoves one of her gangly hands right over your mouth. I'm going to make an attack.
Oh my God.
And because you didn't see this coming, you don't actually get to defend on this, because this was...
Does this seem like the same creature?
I don't know.
With like part of the... Oh, man.
Okay, this thing's so much worse than we thought.
It is a fail, as you're able to quickly kind of like pull the hand off. Deacon
Stone,
up on...
there goes the thing!
As you're looking around, you see all across the ground up here is just blood and gore. Like, it's like all across the walls. Stuff has been trashed. The smoke is going like crazy, but you hear behind you the sudden as it screams out.
Oh, no, there goes the thing, oh no!
So he'll spin, turn, and just open fire.
All right, what's I need everyone's dexes now at this point, as we're going to get into initiative.
Okay.
12.
14.
Also 12.
Oh, you poor slow people. Dart is 14, and then both the other two are 12. Okay. Okay. I was wondering if I was going to bait you with this. Says Ryder.
You did. That was good. That was good. Well played.
Stone.
You know you're gonna bait Jeremy.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's like, oh, little girl, yay!
Surprised you didn't lose sanity for a little girl in there.
Yeah, that's actually a great point, Matt. Thank you for bringing that up. Go ahead and roll San.
I don't have to,
Dart,
right?
and for Stone. You haven't actually seen it yet, Ryder. Once you see it, you will, though.
Okay.
So both
Great
roll
point,
San.
Matt.
Sorry.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no, you might panic and we're
Yep.
screwed.
He's
Rex,
gonna start
take
opening fire on you, the guy who's all
1 point minimum for this.
Okay.
And with a critical failure, you take the maximum amount that you would be able to take on a fail.
Oh,
no.
Which in this case is 6.
Man.
No!
Now you can be. I'm well acquainted with the temporary insanity rules because of my other campaign. Now you can attempt to squash some of this. That's what bonds are for. You can try to do this, so I will bring that up for you. So temporary insanity is specifically when you lose 5 or more in a single roll, which in this case you would. However, you can try to repress this by so you can attempt to repress the blind panic of temp insanity by spending willpower. So roll a d. So do you want to do this? Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll a d4. Okay. You reduce one of your bonds by 4.
Okay.
Reduce your willpower by 4. and you also reduce the amount of sanity that you would have just taken, which means now you take 2 instead of 6.
Okay.
Now you still just took 2 points of sanity loss. That's still, I mean, that, like in the role play, that still should be accounted for. But it's not like what happened with Raleigh, where she had to run. So yeah, so there's that there. Kowalski, you have the thing, or I see Kowalski in the Zoom, so I keep calling you Kowalski. But you see, it's like you have this creature. It's in your hands. And it just reached out and tried to smush its hand on your mouth. You take 1 point, and now we get into initiative. It has an 18 dex.
Of course it does. Has it gotten faster?
No, it had 18 dex.
It did last time. I guess maybe we didn't know what it was. Yeah.
Oh God.
So
we're gonna go down swinging.
But now you're aware. So if you want to defend, you're welcome to do that, Kowalski, as it will again try to attack you. And this time it will succeed with a 49 under 50. That was close.
Okay.
You can try and distract it, and we can try and shoot it if you can defend yourself.
So, yeah, I mean, I think at this point I've got an open area of getting out, correct? So I feel like dodge is maybe more appropriate.
I'm going to say dodge is not appropriate here because you picked it up. And so it's literally in your hand. Like, you literally picked it up, and like things are happening so fast. Like, so I'm going to say because it's in your hand, I don't think dodge is appropriate here. But a fight back.
Fair.
Throw it at your teammates, just like last time.
Get Aaron killed this time.
Catch!
Yeah. No. Okay. So, yeah, as horrible as it is to describe it, I mean, of course I'm going to fight back. I've seen what happens with this thing. And he's picking it up and just turns it over and basically pile drives this little girl into the concrete.
Oh, God. Okay, yeah. So roll your unarmed combat.
Wasn't it like part little girl and part crazy creature?
Yeah, once it was nice and close.
Yes!
And that is a success. So as you just grab its arm, that it reaches out once more, and it's trying to just sort of inject its hand into your face, and you just slam it down on the ground. Now you can kind of do a fight back here, which allows you to sort of pick what you want to do. There's different options that you can pick from. So if you're looking to kind of counterattack, or if you're looking to pin it, or anything like that, is something you can do if you want. So it'd be, the common ones are attack, called shot, disarm, or pin.
I don't know that pinning this. None of this sounds good. Called shot, pin, or anything. Like, if there was anything that I would, there's part of me that's tempted to just shove one of these grenades deep into its mass.
Ooh.
No, but I don't want to shove my hand into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm not doing that.
Okay, you could just do an attack. Like, you can as you described it, just slam it down on the ground, and that's the attack. It's an unarmed attack still, so roll a d4. You already hit. You don't got to worry about it. So just roll a d4 damage.
And then is that something that I do get to apply the strength bonus to?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure d4.
I thought I got +2 on melee weapons. I apologize.
Yeah, but this is unarmed. This would be an unarmed attack.
Oh, so okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ooh,
I'll still do 4 damage.
Okay, still really good. So you slam it down. You hear it screech. Right, you hear like some crazy screech. This what sounded like a young girl screaming is now turned into some unworldly screech that just sort of courses through the air. And the next up, Dart, it's your turn, but you just did your action.
Yeah.
So the fight back is an action. And now I don't care which order we want to do this in. I would say you're on the stairs of the basement. You can get near it. Now, what I will say is that when you shoot and he's in such close proximity to it, you do have to take the called shot action to do so. Otherwise, a random target gets hit, and all that means is that you take a -20 to your attack.
Okay.
So,
it's gonna suck, but that's what he does. Yeah. So he yells at Dart. He's like, "Clear it, Dart!" And then walks up with this auto shotgun and unloads. -20. Please, somebody. God damn it. Damn it.
It's more of a, like, Dart's a big guy, smashes him down, and you're just trying not to hit Dart at the same time. You're firing. This thing's also really quick and spry, kind of moving around a bit. And you fire. You see kind of a chunk of the floor kind of goes up with it. Maybe what looks like one of the boxes that were sitting there gets ripped open, and some stuff starts pouring out, but it doesn't seem to hit. You hear the shotgun go off now, Ryder. There's fighting going on. You're out by the front door.
By the way, an Atchison shotgun is probably one of the loudest things you'll ever hear.
Okay.
So I mean,
okay, wait, is this a heavy weapons?
Yeah,
is this heavy weapons roll?
Yeah. This is it's a full automatic 12 gauge slug shotgun.
Okay, then I guess I'm rocking something that would be under firearms because he doesn't have any points on heavy weapons.
Yeah, that's fine. You can get like a handgun and everything like that. Now you said you were by the front door of the.
Yeah, so I guess I could just run over and see.
Yeah. So I feel you could probably take your action is to run and kind of get into the area, like either through the house, which is probably stupid because that's fire, but around the back into the cellar. That you can all do in a turn. But I wouldn't say you would be able to get an attack off in the same round yet. Okay. But you would now see the creature.
Yeah.
So as you come down the steps of the cellar, you look at what looks like a little girl with what looks like extra arms that are quickly beginning to grow out of her sides, and some of them have mouths and eyes on them. Go ahead and roll sand. Right. Roll a d6. 1 point.
Nice.
That's it. You're good.
Yeah, so I think he would go like stay outside though. He wouldn't go in the house to get to it. He would like run around towards like where so he has.
So you're the cellar. You're at the cellar. Like you're at the outside cellar stairs.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. It's gonna go back up to the start of the turn, and the thing will go again. It's gonna go after Dart. Dart's right here. I don't see any reason why it would change what it's doing. And now, Dart, you would also notice that as you smash it to the ground, you saw one of the arms just kind of break. Mm-hmm. But as it rights itself and comes back to attack you, you see it just sort of shift as if it's the bone itself or whatever cartilage might be there is healing itself. It comes at you, but it misses. It misses. Nice. So it is now. It leaps out at you like a spider monkey. You dodge out of the way, slams into a pile of like what looks like Christmas decorations, and Dart.
Are there like op attacks in this or no?
No, there's not.
Okay, so Dart could move away here, and we could get like free shots on it this round.
Yeah, he can freely move away. No problem.
Yeah, I think that's very much what I want to do. Like move up the steps. Yeah.
I think if we get out in the open, it will be more beneficial for us.
So it's a crowded basement, but you could either go up towards where Stone is, or you can go out towards where Ryder is.
Just to recap, Jeff, there's smoke pouring out of here, and we're firing one of the loudest shotguns possible.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. Perfect.
Hey, but it's been like 20 seconds, okay, Matt? You show your roll.
I'm just saying.
You show your roll, dude.
I'm just saying.
Your roll. You go make your terrorist videos, okay? You go do your thing.
We're making a ton of noise here, but that's okay. It's okay. You'll be fine.
Yeah. So the route that Stone is at is still a route out, correct?
Yes, it would mean you're going through the house.
Yeah, that would be.
So if you go to me, we're going outside.
Yeah.
So come
I don't want to go
Ryder,
to the
it'd
house.
be okay.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'm not going through the house because that's just.
But he can still fire.
There would be virtually nothing but an inferno upstairs at this point.
That's not happening. Do I need to use my full turn for movement to get out, or could I?
I would say if you're just trying to get out of the basement because of how kind of messy it is down here, it would take your full turn to get out.
I think that's probably
your full action. So I think the terminology is it's a turn and then an action. So it's one turn, and then everybody takes an action on the turn.
I skedaddle.
Okay, so you're out. You retreat back to Ryder, and it is now Ryder and Stone's turn. Ryder, this thing is not Ryder. Stone, this thing is kind of between you and your compatriots as you're at kind of the door stairs, and you can kind of see it somewhat time by the base, and then you just saw Dart clear the way though, so it's a clear shot. So Ryder and Stone, you can go. You're on the same initiative.
You gonna fire?
So do I have a clear path to withdraw out of the cellar?
Yeah, you could if you wanted to spend your full action to run out. Yeah, you could.
Well, I'll pull out.
Okay, you're running up with us then?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I think it's safer if we get out.
Yeah, then I think Ryder would like fire and then he kind of like, go to the side of the cellar and take cover.
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming it's just going to charge up,
Okay, so go ahead and roll your shot. No penalty from anyone being in melee with it.
Nice.
100%. Roll your damage.
6. Nice.
6 points. You hear a screech, knowing that you most certainly hit it. Okay. Top of the round. Okay. Top of the round. It'll charge at you guys. That's all it'll do. It'll get right up into your business, kind of right at this. So you're all kind of in a melee within a couple feet of each other, and so it's right there, kind of thrashing about on the stairs leading up out of the cellar into the backyard. Dart.
Thanks. I would assume that's the thing to do. I'm just
whatever you want to do. Yeah.
I feel like I'm all for just doing what feels like a panic person would do. He tosses a phosphorus grenade on it because it's
right next to you. I do want to say it is right next to you because you guys.
Oh, so we didn't get.
It spent its whole action.
Yeah.
No, well, it did the same thing. So
it just charged at us basically.
Yeah, it didn't attack you. It just took its action was to follow, basically.
Okay.
So it's okay. No, if it's point blank, all four of you are in very close proximity to one another now.
We would all.
I'm okay with you using the phosphorus grenade.
You could try and push it down, and then me and Deacon could shoot at it.
Yeah, that's
like shove it away, and then we fired. Like we could just repeat this, like we're playing Left 4 Dead. Push and then shoot.
Yeah. That's pretty.
Because your unarmed's really good. Like you're really good at it. So.
Yeah, basically brute strength, kick it back.
Yeah, and then we fire and just keep horrible. Repeating.
So you just kick this little girl in the face.
Okay, it's part girl.
Yeah,
remember that.
There's extra limbs that have grown, and they look very gangly and not as human as you would want them to be. Roll your unarmed.
And there's no signs of Rutledge in this girl.
Oh god.
I don't see anything, no.
Oh my god, it's like a new one. Oh, nice.
Okay, so roll damage. Or actually, no. You can, if you want, you can just say you're pushing as opposed to doing damage.
I think I agree. That's a good plan. Just
because then we don't get any penalties on attacking, and we just can fire away.
You push it back down the stairs. It was almost up and out of the basement at this point, and you push it down. It falls down several steps, and there it is on the concrete floor of the basement. You all are up at the top, and right now that's an open fire for Ryder and Stone.
Stone, I mean, he's just wide-eyed, and he's just like, God damn it. He unloads. Just unloads.
Okay. Go for it.
Please, this time.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
roll damage. They can't do anything.
Ooh.
13. It's a heavy weapons, 20% lethality, so it's 13 damage since I didn't get the.
Yeah, it's 20% for insta kill or 2d10.
Yep. The lethality rolls don't usually work against monsters. It's usually more for it's a little different with them, but but the damage goes good. Normally with the lethality roll, you add the two numbers together, and that's how much damage you do.
Yeah, so. I think that's what it did there. Yeah,
it did do that. Yeah, 5 and 8, 13.
Okay, 13 points of damage, 100%.
Nice.
And you see it as you fire down, it kind of explodes slightly. Some of the limbs get momentarily severed, and like a spider that was trying to crawl up onto its legs, it just kind of flattens down, and it appears dead.
We'll double tap the shit out of that thing. Oh my! Yeah. I will. Do I need to roll or?
Just roll damage.
Okay. Yeah, I don't. Oh, nice.
Okay. Yeah, you just unload, and you're just unloading between both your guns, and
I think it's another grenade time.
Yep. Yeah. Stone pops the pen on the Willy Pete, tosses it down there, and it goes. All right. He goes.
Yeah, we better hurry up.
Okay. You toss a grenade down. Maybe close the cellar doors.
I mean, we might want to watch
Step
for
away.
like a little bit just to make sure there's no more movement.
I swear I didn't talk last night.
All right. You throw the grenade down, do a quick little cover thing, look back, and it's just exploded into pieces. There's kind of like, it's like blue goo and spread all over the place down here. What kind of grenade was that?
White phosphorus. So it's not fragmentary. It's just hits, fire. It's the kind of fire you don't put out.
Okay. Yeah, you as far as you can tell, looking at it, it seems inert. Doesn't seem to be. You even look down for regeneration or anything like that. You see like little flames and stuff from the phosphorus or whatever that's kind of lit it up.
All right, let's hurry up. We gotta get to the car.
Okay.
Deacon's he's like, God damn it, Ryder. If this is the kind of shit your people are into all the time, don't ever fucking call me again.
Yeah, it's kind of similar. Last time it was a Colt, so it's a little different, but
Fuck.
All right.
I wish this was the first time I'd messed with sentient meat, but it's not.
You head back to the car?
Yeah. Stone would put his hand on Dart's shoulder for a second. He's like, I'm sorry, man. I thought you had lost your shit. I can't believe that. Man, I'm sorry I told you to pick up that thing.
No, I mean, that was the right thing to do. And I don't know that I haven't lost my shit.
Fuck this, man. I thought the army was bad enough. Send me back to Fallujah.
Ryder's trying to find a path that's not the way they came in to try and go out some real podunk road or something in case like there is some emergence vehicles coming this way.
Yeah, that's easy enough done. We're at time, unless Raleigh or Brown had something pressing they wanted to do before we call it for the night.
Nope. All good here.
Okay. Raleigh? All right. So we'll pick it up next time, having just destroyed this farmhouse.
Oh my God.
Created a domestic terrorist video, dissected a couple mutated crows. And we'll see what happens. Let's do a closing round table again. Everyone, whatever you're doing, wherever you're at. So Matt, what's going on?
What do I got going on? Sunday night. Free League channel, Twitch channel, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're working our way through the Alien Colonial Marines campaign, the Frontier War.
Perfect. Let's see. Megan, what do you got going on?
Just this every Thursday night, I think, is more than enough for my own personal sanity. Yeah,
that's fair. Yeah, that's definitely fair. And let's see who's next. Aaron, what do you got going?
So Sunday night, Aliens with Matt and some others, and Tuesday, Sirenscape, Call of Cthulhu, The Mound. Wednesday on Garblag Games, Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 4th Edition, and then Thursday, some Star Trek Adventures, Modifius's game on Garblag Games during the day or evening British Standard Time, and then back here for more Burning Down the House.
Yeah, there's just talking heads in the background. It's like kind of the weird walking away from the explosion music, but we'll say that's what it is. Evan, what do you got going
on? Nothing hasn't been said. Aliens on Sunday. Don't play an Android, everybody. And Tuesday, we are going to go check out The Mound.
I love androids.
And the man who has played 2 androids, actually, or technically 3.
3.
Technically
that's true. Yeah.
2, one of the same model. Jeremy, what do you have this rest of this week?
I'm just joining up with you next week for more fun.
Okay. Yeah, fun and stress. Like that's how I feel. It's like fun stress for me.
I get to play a mind controlling cat on Monday.
Yep.
Barbarian paladin that's lost his faith on Wednesday as you worship a stupid potato god, Jeff. And then back to this, which is somehow the insane game.
Stupid? got rid of my curse. So I don't know how stupid he is. I'm just saying, the potato god, the holy tuber. Let's see. For me, tomorrow night, more Delta Green over on twitch.tv/lollygagger. So come check that out. Saturday, we're doing a kind of special Halloween one-shot thingy. So I think it's going to be like slasher themed. So like Mike Myers, Friday the 13th, that kind of stuff. Let's see. Monday, UVG as Ultraviolet Grasslands, as Jeremy already mentioned. So, but that's it for us. Thank you very much for those who hung out, and those of you who threw some channel points to help poor Dart survive. Surprised he is. It went a lot easier than I thought it did. Those crit fails will do it.
Crit success plus crit fumble was
that'll do it.
Yep.
But we'll see if I can kill some more of them. They're a little bit more aware now, so it's gonna be harder.
God, yeah.
We'll figure something out. But that's it.
Rid of
Have a
Mr.
good night,
Brown
everybody.
if you want.
Have a good night.